Men think women don't get rejected, but
Okay, ladies, I hate to say it, but I have to say it because I am sick of this and I'm thinking to myself, why do we never give the nice guy the chance?
Crying in the bathroom at Amazon because you can't pull no men at work is crazy.
Hate to tell you ladies, but men are done with being nice guys.
Girls, you have to start going for the nice guy.
Why do girls reject the nice guys and go for douchebags?
What happens when even the so-called nice guys stop chasing, pursuing, and saying yes to every dating opportunity? Why are more men in 2026 becoming selective instead of desperate for relationships? And why does this shift seem to be catching many women completely off guard? Stay with us till the end of this video, because this trend is changing modern dating faster than most people realize.
You're not getting rejected because you're a nice guy. You're getting rejected because the people that you want to sleep with and you feel like should want to sleep with you don't want to sleep with you. And that's just the reality. They're not attracted to you the same way you're attracted to them, and you just got to eat that. It don't matter if you're a nice guy or not. They could be nice to you just like you're nice to them, but they ain't got to open their legs for you. Show look ugly.
For years, the stereotype was simple. Nice guys would always be available. They would always text first, make the effort, and accept whatever attention they could get. But in 2026, that script seems to be changing completely.
There's one guy that was too nice for me. And like it was the wrong place, wrong time. It was one of those, you know what I mean? That I wasn't in the state of mind to receive.
So when he was too nice, what did you do?
I guess shut him down. You know what I mean? Like I just shut him down. Because it made me, my issue was, the more like you give to me, the more I feel like I owe you something. So when a person is so giving and I'm not ready to receive it, it makes me feel emotionally responsible for them. You know what I mean? Because they're doing X, Y, Z for me, I have to be doing this, you know what I mean? And I have to be giving them that. And sometimes people just give to give. It's not a game of like give and take. But I find it really hard to not give back if someone is giving me something, you know? And because I was in a place where I couldn't give, but I was receiving, I felt almost sorry for the guy. You know what I mean? And then I felt emotionally responsible because he deserved better, but I couldn't give him better. You get me?
But do you think he deserves better?
I think he did deserve better for how nice he was.
Like, for me, this whole nice thing,
Nice is, I'll break down the nice. A lot of quality time when he doesn't have a lot of time. A lot of resources put on me. A lot of protection and attention. Remembering every single thing from like the smallest of details, which is a huge thing for me because
that's beautiful.
I tend to think guys don't remember anything. Like they just don't listen. Guys are so forgetful. So he actually ticked every single box. Just didn't feel right. But and also he's a bit too controlling too soon. But everything else he ticked.
What surprises many people is that a lot of men are no longer measuring their value through relationships. Instead, they are focusing on fitness, finances, hobbies, businesses, and personal goals. As a result, they're becoming far more selective with their time and energy.
Crying in the bathroom at Amazon because you can't pull no men at work is crazy. You need to be on that line getting packages out. Christmas is almost coming, Black Friday. You got bigger things to be focused on than men not wanting to sleep with you at work. But I will say, not being able to pull men at Amazon, that's some nasty work. Even the old heads, even the old unhappily married men ain't flirting with you. I don't know what to tell you. You might really be chopped for real. Like if you ain't getting no play in the Amazon warehouse and the old heads ain't messing with you. You gotta think, even if out in the real world you like a 3 or a 4, once you step foot in that warehouse, you become an automatic 8 or 9. Cause that's how down bad the men in the warehouse be. The married ones, the single ones, ones with girlfriend, they be down bad. So even if you ugly, you somewhat become fine enough for them to at least want to smash. The fact that that's not even happening, yikes. But no, in all seriousness, you are focused on the wrong thing. You should never even be wanting to sleep with nobody where you work at. You ain't never heard the old saying, you don't S where you work? Yeah. Now get back on that line and get them packages out, because if my stuff late, I'm going to be upset.
A lot of average men also became tired of one-sided dating dynamics. Constantly initiating conversations, carrying interactions, and competing for attention left many emotionally exhausted. Over time, some simply stopped playing the game.
Men think women don't get rejected, but one time I was at a coffee shop and I started the conversation with this guy sitting next to me. And after a few minutes, he goes, "Can you go away? I'm trying to work on my screenplay." So I went away. But I was like, I don't think it's going to be a really good movie, because obviously he can't even see the movie that's happening right in front of him.
Girls, you have to start going for the nice guy. I am so tired of seeing girls chase around the biggest F-boys. Girls will say that they want a really good guy, and then they turn to their friends and say they got the ick because he's too nice.
Social media accelerated this shift. Men constantly see stories about failed relationships, emotional burnout, and unrealistic expectations. That has made many guys much more cautious about commitment.
Why do girls reject the nice guys and go for douchebags? I will let you know. But first, this comment came from a video talking about the difference between the nice guy and the actual, good man. I overestimated some people's ability to be able to fill in the blanks and understand that this so-called self-proclaimed nice guy that I was referring to is actually that wolf in sheep's clothing who is only nice as a performance in order to hopefully gain a reward in return, but not an actual nice guy behind closed doors. I don't know, that was, I guess, hard for some people to understand. So, plot twist, the nice guy isn't actually nice. There are nice men, obviously. I wasn't talking about the actual nice, good men. But anyway, why do women run from the actual nice guys to assholes? And that is because of unhealed trauma. A lot of people tend to repeat the types of dynamics that they were raised in. So whether that is just because they gravitate towards that because it's comfortable, it's familiar, it's what they know. A lot of people have a problem being in relationships with a dynamic that they can't understand. So if they are fluent in trauma, they're going to go for traumatic relationships, and you'll tend to have that with douchebags. Another thing is, if people are trying to resolve that known trauma that they have, they will keep trying to repeat the scenario and fix it, but it doesn't get fixed because that's not how you do it. They just continue to replay out the same scenarios in hopes of the outcome being different. So it could either be because of an illusion of safety, or it is the illusion that at some point something will give and it'll change, and then they can heal from whatever past experience is making them go for that.
And once a man becomes comfortable being single, something changes. He stops viewing every woman as a potential relationship and starts asking whether the relationship actually improves his life.
I hate to tell you ladies, but men are done with being nice guys. I love a nice guy, but you know the expression nice guys finish last? That is the truth nowadays. Nice guys do finish last, which is why most men are done with being a nice guy, and they are like, you know what, if the women are going to be toxic, I'm going to be toxic too. I can be just as horrible as you. And women, you're going to hate it. You might thrive on the drama now you're young, but as you get older and you want a nice guy, you want to settle down with a nice guy, you'll find there are no nice guys left. Or the very few nice guys that are left have been snapped up by the nice girls, and you, with all your love of drama and your toxicity and your fucking me, are going to end up alone being eaten by cats like Bridget Jones. That is what's going to happen. Well, obviously that wasn't the ending for Bridget Jones, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I think now is the time when women need to understand that nice guys are good, and that you need to start dating the nice guys before they've all disappeared. So men, let me know in the comments, are you done with being a nice guy? Have you always been a nice guy, but now you're like, do you know what, I'm not doing it anymore? Or are you a nice guy through and through and you'll never change? I know there are a lot of nice guys still left out there, and I just feel like a lot of them just can't be bothered to be nice anymore, especially to the modern women. But yeah, let me know in the comments, and I'm off on a little mini break thing today this weekend. I'm not going to tell you where I'm going, it's a secret, but when I get back, I will share all the lovely footage with you. So have a great day. What
frustrates some women the most is that these men are no longer operating from scarcity. They're not afraid to walk away, stay single, or reject situations that don't match their standards.
You know, I was married to a nice guy who was pro-therapy. I'm gonna tell you guys what that was like for me. I remember when we first got together, everybody was so excited because he was such a nice guy. Everybody was like, oh my God, Christine, we've seen you in just such a string of terrible relationships. We're so happy to see you with a nice guy. And I remember the first time I confronted him on treating me poorly in front of our friends at dinner one night and him slamming on the car brakes to intimidate me because he's such a nice guy. I remember the first time he tried to tell me who I could and could not spend time with. And when I pushed back, he escalated so viciously that he started hitting himself, threatened to kick me out of our apartment, threatened to call the police on me, and threatened to drain our joint banking account because he's such a nice guy. And, you know, when I would talk to people around me about this, they'd be like, oh, gosh, I'm so surprised to hear this, but he's such a nice guy. But you know what? Relationships do bring out the worst in us sometimes, you know? And maybe there's something that you're doing to trigger him because, you know, he's such a nice guy. I remember the first day that suddenly there could not be any dishes in the sink anymore when he got home from work because, you know, his parents were hoarders and he grew up in filth and he just could not have a dirty environment. Never mind the fact that the apartment he was living in before we got together was a pigsty. When he lived alone, it was fine, but suddenly there's a woman in the house and he's got to have order. Everything's got to be in its place. Everything has to be spick and span. That's what he needs, you know, to feel emotionally secure. That's what he needs from me in order to show up in our relationship and start giving me the emotional intimacy that I want, you know? And you know, how great of him to communicate that to me because he's such a nice guy. I remember one fight we had where I walked away from him and closed the bedroom door behind me and he punched a hole in that door. And I thought I was done then, and I thought I would be supported in being done then, but, you know, he threw the curveball of couples therapy, and everybody and their mom was like, oh my God, he's willing to heal for you? My husband won't even go to therapy. What a nice guy. I didn't want to do couples therapy with this man, but everybody told me that I was being difficult and unfair to him, so I did it. And I remember when our couples therapist asked him to look me in the eyes and realize that all of his behavior was harming me. And I remember seeing the resentment in his eyes as he was being told by a professional that he was not, in fact, entitled to treat me the way that he had been for so long, because he was such a nice guy. And, you know, like towards the end of our marriage, when I started to get like lean and fit and like feel really confident in my body and start to show my body off for the first time ever as an adult, it was, oh, babe, you're getting thin. I can see your ribs right now. He was just looking out for my health, you know, because he was such a nice guy. And after lying to me and emotionally manipulating me and emotionally terrorizing me for about 7 years, after our divorce was finalized, he went and sat in front of my parents like a beat dog and was basically like, I'm so sorry that I was not enough for your daughter, you know, because he's a nice guy.
Many men have also discovered that peace, stability, and personal freedom can feel more rewarding than constantly chasing validation. The less dependent they become on relationships, the calmer they seem to get.
A lot of women love nice guys. The issue is attraction. If you are a nice guy who can't get girls, chances are they don't find you attractive. Hard disagree. Let me explain why. The men who are thinking like this are prioritizing, in fact, only acknowledging attraction as a matter of physicality. That's the main issue with these Andrew Schmate fresh and fit guys. They tell you that your entire value revolves in the numbers in your bank account, the suits in your closet, the hours you put in at the gym. They're obsessed with height, weight, body count, fertility, which means age. Those are all very surface level things that get you the beginning of a partnership. It's not going to keep you in a long-term relationship like a marriage with children. And the crazy thing is that not all women prefer this cookie cutter idea of the six-pack guy. Truly, we scream this all the time. When women are asked who they find attractive, they'll answer like Pedro Pascal, Timothy Chalamet, different facial features, heights, body types. And it's funny because men will always reply and be like, no, you're lying. That's not true. You don't like them. What? And my theory why those guys cannot accept the truth is because their looks are their scapegoat. That's why they say they can't get women. Oh man, women are just so shallow, they don't find me attractive, they won't give me the time of day. Your looks are also the easiest thing to tackle and improve. It is a lot harder to put in the work in therapy, to be self-aware, emotionally mature, review your own behaviors and improve upon them. That is attractive. And that is also very easy to clock when someone is not doing that. Moreover, it's very easy to o'clock when someone is trying to court and woo and pursue you simply because you look nice. So men who are blaming looks for getting rejected are also overlooking the fact that girls feel a little icky when they know you're only asking them out because you want their body or their face. She's a whole person with dreams, funny stories, friends, parents, ideas, and she's going to want to be able to share those things with somebody who is interested in hearing them, not somebody who just nods through it so that they can get to the sexy part. I did a story time recently about this guy I met off a dating app. We went on 2 dates, and after the first date, I could tell that he was love bombing me in a very generic way because he was hot in pursuit of a girlfriend. Not me specifically, just a girlfriend. And this became clear because he was showering me in affection that was not personalized to me. And that's a very uncomfortable sensation. You feel invisible. And you're not really allowing me to see who you are either, because what I can see I don't think I'm compatible with, but I can't tell because you're so busy trying to impress me. I am the #1 person on this app who says, do not ask out women on the street. For the love of God, stop walking up to us. And the reason is because you have no other reason to approach me with interest beyond what you have seen, and that is my face and my body. I don't want to interact with somebody who is so down to pursue anybody in front of them that they don't even have to know anything besides what I look like. I know that you came up to me not because you think I have something amazing to say, but because you think I'm hot. So I know that you're gonna nod and smile and be a yes man as I say whatever I say because you want me to like you so that you can get in my pants. And so I say no thank you, and you go home and you say, dang it, it's my looks. All the while not realizing that the way you approached me showed me already that you are not a nice guy.
The biggest twist is that this isn't some loud movement. Men are simply becoming more selective, more cautious, and more comfortable alone than previous generations ever were.
Okay, ladies, I hate to say it, but I have to say it because I am sick of this, and I'm speaking to myself. Why do we never give the nice guy the chance?
Oh, brother!
Like, why do we look at the nice guy like the ones who's just annoying and just thirsty and they're always available and not attractive to us? And meanwhile, we're complaining that we're getting dogged out, that we're dealing with manipulative, narcissistic men who can't treat a woman right. Not even men, little boys who don't know how to treat a woman right, who just fumble us all the time. Like, we complain that we get treated like that, but 9 times out of 10, we overlooked the nice guy to deal with this man. Boy. Like, I don't get it. Why do we do that? In 2024, can we stop doing that? I'm speaking to myself, too, because I hate that I do this, too. Like, can we give the nice guys a chance? Let's give the nice guys a chance. I want the nice guy. I want the guy that's texting me, good morning, beautiful. I hope you have an amazing day today because you're such a blessing and I'm grateful to know you. Like, I want that guy. I don't want the guy that's texting me, hey, what's up? Can we stop doing that? This is not it. Like, in 2024, we're going for the nice guys.
Now the dating market feels different because the same men once expected to settle for anything are starting to have standards, boundaries, and other priorities.
Women get mad at attractive guys for not chasing when they reject them. Guys, if you are a good-looking guy and women are sending you choosing signals and you notice when you come up, they reject you or they shoot you down. Just understand that when you don't react and you don't get butthurt, women will get mad about that, guys. Women will get mad at the fact that they can't throw you off center, that they can't make you upset at the fact that they didn't go through with you, they didn't give you the time of day. Women will get mad at that. And what you must understand is, guys, is that a lot of women are going to send you choosing signals. A lot of women are going to try to talk to you. And right when you get to trying to close and ask them for their number, they'll reject you. And they'll say, they say some of the lines, oh, you're handsome, or oh, nah. You know, like, for example, one chick was staring at me the whole time when I was in the gas station. And she went in the car and she was still staring at me. So I said, you know what, let me go and go approach her. Introduce myself. We talked for a split second. I say, look, I'm busy right now, but take my number down. Oh, my phone is broke. I walk off. She's like, oh, wait, come back. And she's like, why was that your response? You see, what she wanted me to do is, bitch, give me your number. But you know what I did? I just walked off, went on by my day. And she's staring at me. Of course, she found me attractive. Send me a choosing signal. So, guys, this is what your experience will be a lot of the times. Guys, this is how women react when they reject you purposely. Guys, they reject you purposely. As an attractive guy, they will reject you purposely. Just to see you thrown off center. And when you don't react, they get pissed. Like this video, I'm out.
So here's the real question. Are more men rejecting relationships because they've given up on dating? Or because they've realized being selective is better than settling?
Men stopped playing by the rules. And now everyone's freaking out. Let's break down why silence has become the loudest move.